Solve the system of linear equations using the elimination method. So let's take a look at our system. Our first equation is 2x minus 3y equals 6. And our second equation is 3x plus 3y equals 4. Notice how the y terms, the negative 3y and positive 3y, are opposites. Since they're opposites, the y's will cancel out, so we could use the elimination method in the form the equations are in. So we're going to combine the equations together. So I'm going to start by just writing the two equations down. Things to notice. Notice how the x's are lined up with the x's. So you have 2x and 3x are lined up with each other right here. The y's are lined up, the equal signs are lined up, and then the constants are lined up. Notice how they're lined up with each other. So from here, when I combine together, it's like you're adding the two equations together, the x terms with the x terms, the y's with the y's, and the constants with the constants. So I'm going to go through and do that. I'm going to highlight a little here to show you what's being combined. 2x plus 3x gives us 5x. Move on to the next term, the y's. Negative 3y plus 3y. Those are opposites, so they add up to 0. So I'm going to show you the plus 0 there. Then you have equals, and then combine your constants. They're both positive. You have 6 plus 4 is 10. So there's your 10. From here, you're going to continue to the second step. You're going to solve the resulting equation from step 1. So here, 5x plus 0 is just 5x. So our equation is really just 5x equals 10. This is just a single step equation. The opposite of multiplying by 5 is to divide by 5. So divide the left and the right by 5. So the 5's cancel over on the left. And on the right hand side, when you do your division, 10 divided by 5 is 2. Therefore, x is equal to 2. So I'm halfway done. I know my x value. I have to continue to find my y. So to find the other variable, we know x equals 2, so we're going to substitute 2 in for x into one of the other equations. I've chosen to use the bottom equation for this example, so I took the 3x plus 3y equals 4, and I wrote it down. I'm going to now substitute, so I'm going to plug in 2 for the x. So see the x next to that first 3? I'm going to plug in a 2 right there. It looked like this. So I did 3. I put the 2 in parentheses when I plugged it in, and then from here I just brought down my 3y and my 4. So I have to now solve this equation for y. To solve this equation for y, start with your multiplication. You have 3 parentheses 2. That just means to multiply. So that's going to be 6. And then I'm going to bring down the 3y and the 4. At this point, we have a two-step equation. So you have to undo the addition or subtraction and then undo your multiplication or division. In this specific problem, we have adding 6. So the opposite of adding 6 is to subtract 6. So I'm going to subtract 6 from the left and the right. On the left side, those 6's cancel. And then on the right-hand side, 4 minus 6 is negative 2. And also remember that 3y, that positive 3y, just bring it down. So you're down to 3y equals negative 2. This is just a single step equation. The opposite of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. So divide both sides of the equation by 3. The 3's cancel over on the left hand side. And then on the right, you have negative 2 divided by 3. I'm going to leave it in fraction form, so you have y equals negative 2/3. And then your very last step, just put your x and y value. Write it as a point. So the answer is the point 2, negative 2/3. I'll do one more example with you. So again, it says solve the system of linear equations using the elimination method. Your first equation, you have 5x minus 4y equals 8. Your second equation is negative 5x plus 4y equals 2. So again, you first start by looking for a pair of opposites. In this example, if you notice, 5x and negative 5x are opposites. And then also, if you look at the y terms, negative 4y and positive 4y are also opposites. So since you have at least one pair of opposites for either your x or y terms, you can just start by combining these equations together. So it pretty much means line them up, line up the x's with the x's, y's with the y's, equals with the equals, constants with the constants. And let's start combining them. I'm going to start with my x terms. 5x plus a negative 5x is 0. They're opposites, they cancel. Let's look at our y terms. Negative 4y plus 4y is 0. They cancel out. They add up to 0. And then we have our equal sign. And then take a look at your constants. 8 plus 2 is 10. So, go on to the second step. Solve the resulting equation from step 1. Well, notice 0 plus 0 is just 0. So for my equation, I actually just have 0 equals 10. So I'm going to write that down. In this equation, notice the following. This is a false equation. When you have two numbers that are not equal, that means it's a false equation. So therefore, we know these are parallel lines, and there's going to be no solution to this problem, to the system of linear equations. And also note that third step, we did not need to do it. Okay, so that wasn't even necessary here.